We're here at our Metabolomics facility. In this place, we use machines called mass spectrometers. Mass spectrometers are these big, high-tech devices that are really good at detecting very tiny amounts of different chemicals. You might have seen them in some of these crime shows you watch on TV, where they use these mass spectrometers to find traces of chemicals that lead you back to the criminal and lead to the arrest. Well, here in our facility, we use the mass spectrometers for something very different. We measure biochemistry that goes on inside our living cells. Our specialization is measuring the biochemistry that goes on in samples from patients with different types of diseases. We have used our technology to look at biochemistry changes, heart attacks, diabetes, kidney disease, liver disease, cancer, and aging, among others. Now, we've been studying biochemistry changes in aging with a colleague who's a cardiologist. She's interested in understanding what happens to the hearts of people as they get older. She's been looking at older people who are healthy. That means these are people who feel fine, they have no known medical problems. And what she found was quite interesting. Even in healthy older adults, she found that some people have weak hearts. So these are people who feel fine, are not known to have any problems, but they have weak hearts. And in those people she studied who have the weak hearts, she found that they're more prone to develop heart disease over time. So a big question is, why some of these healthy older people we looked at have weak hearts? And why do they tend to get sicker over time? We looked in our study, we measured lots of different things in our studies, and we found 3 factors which were linked to having weaker hearts. One factor was muscle strength. So in the study, we measured muscle strength, arm strength, leg strength, and all that. And what we found was that people who have weaker muscles also have weaker hearts. Now that kind of makes sense because the heart is a kind of muscle, so although with one kind of muscle, you'd expect there could be trouble with a different kind of muscle. So weak arms and legs sometimes also means weaker hearts in older people. The second thing we noticed in these people with weaker hearts came out of our analysis of biochemistry. The older people with weak hearts had change in the biochemistry that points to problems with their mitochondria. Mitochondria are little powerhouses inside of every cell in the body. The mitochondria take fuel in and burn it to make the energy that the cells need. Now, as you can imagine, the heart needs a lot of energy. It's a very heavy energy user, and so it relies on the mitochondria to work properly. Problems with mitochondria can then easily cause problems with heart function. The last thing we found in our study of older people with weak hearts was also related to biochemistry. We found changes in nitrogen biochemical pathway in these folks. Nitrogen is involved in a lot of things in the body, but the main thing it's used for is protein. One of the main places that nitrogen and protein are stored and used is in your muscle to maintain your skeletal muscle. And this also includes heart muscle. Now, as you might have figured out, it turns out the 3 changes we found in healthy older people with weak hearts were all related. The first thing we saw was a weak skeletal muscle, which may indicate a general muscle problem, which affects both skeletal muscle and heart. The second thing was the mitochondria, which is very important for the muscles to generate energy. And the third problem was in the nitrogen pathways, which are important for keeping the muscles healthy. Okay, so after seeing these results, we started looking for a way to help strengthen the hearts of these people. We figure if we can find a way to get their hearts stronger, maybe they'll stay healthier for longer and not develop heart problems in the future. Turns out that there's a safe, simple way to try to attack some of these problems. That's exercise. I think everyone knows that exercise is a good way to strengthen your muscle. You do lift weights, your muscles get stronger. Exercise, especially aerobic exercise, is also a good way to strengthen your mitochondria. The scientists who study exercise have known this for a long time. So exercise can specifically target 2 of the 3 changes we were seeing in the healthy older adults who had the weaker hearts. So using this, we did a small clinical trial where we asked some of the healthy older people in our study to engage in a light exercise program. We measured heart function, skeletal muscle function, and mitochondrial biochemistry in our trial participants before and after the program. Then we compared this to participants who were in our control group, so they were not given any kind of exercise program. And what we found is doing the exercise improved heart function and also improved the mitochondrial biochemistry. So it looks like a simple thing, just getting up and doing a little bit of exercise may be able to keep your heart healthy as you get older.